Shin-Yuguchi was born in the late 1930s when Okinawa was still a peaceful, rural backwater of the Japanese Empire. A nation of small islands populated by a stoic race of people who, having lived at the crossroads of commerce in the region for so long, had developed their own unique culture from the many influences they had been exposed to. Okinawa paid a heavy price for its strategically important location when, in the closing days of the Pacific War, it felt the might of the United States military in a foretaste of Armageddon historians refer to as the Battle of Okinawa. Hundreds of thousands died, among them the father of 7-year-old Shinyu. Small for his age, Shinyu enrolled in his high school karate club to learn how to fight. A boy's desire to make himself strong awakened a passion that would last a lifetime. And more than 40 years later, he is as consumed with his studies as he was when he put on a karate uniform for the first time. His thirst for knowledge unsatisfied by his high school karate training, Shinyu enrolled in the dojo of Saburo Uehara, one of the most accomplished students of the founder, Kanbun Uechi. His membership of the Pangai Noon movement began. Under the guidance of Uehara sensei, the slender boy grew into a robust youth and then a powerfully built karate man. Later, he studied the formal exercises of karate with Seiyu Shinjo, another famous disciple of the founder, and when he moved to Kadena with Itokazu Seiko, the head of Pangai Noon. Kannei Uechi, the son of the founder of the style, completed Shin-Yugushi's karate education. When he was satisfied with both the quality of his technique and character, he awarded him an 8th dan in Uechi-ryu. In 1958, Shin-Yuguchi attended the first dan grading held in Okinawa for students of Uechi-ryu and was awarded 2nd dan. He recalls that karate at this time was still practiced in the traditional fashion. An intense study of Sanshin was mandatory. One was not allowed to move on to a more advanced kata until that which preceded it had been fully mastered. Sparring was a matter of two students attacking each other with all their might until one of them could no longer fight, with only strikes to the face prohibited. Under the tutelage of the most outstanding Uechi-ryu instructors in Okinawa, Shin-Yuguchi became a karate man of exceptional ability. The greater the challenge, the more he enjoyed and benefited from it. He would be at every training session, every gathering, every competition. As his skill increased, so did his reputation, to a point where it was difficult to find Uechi-ryu literature that did not bear his image or in which he was not mentioned by name. Yet as his training continued, he looked increasingly backwards to the ancient form of the art, rather than forwards, like so many others, to the newly evolving sport. He studied hard to discover the applications that were hidden deep within the kata, dedicated himself to the perfection of dynamic tension, and the projection of his ever-increasing physical power. Strive to perfect his performance of the techniques and kata, and polish them to the level of the late 19th century masters who brought the art to its zenith in the dojo of Master Chao Tse Ho in Fuqiao, southern China. The form or sequence of the kata is a matrix into which are interwoven the techniques of the style and their applications. There are many levels of technique, and often, when the dedicated student unravels the secrets of one, he reveals another yet more complex mystery beneath it. The secrets of the style were hidden in the kata to keep them safe from outsiders. They can be reacquired only by means of competent instruction, hard work, and personal research on the part of the trainee. Kata cannot be explained verbally. It must be learned and then experienced through practice. The structure, movements, and breathing methods can be demonstrated by the teacher, but it is by their constant repetition that the student understands their significance. Kata is our link to real karate, the path that leads back in time to the founders, the discipline we must all master if we are to unlock the genuine secrets of karate. This kata contains many of what are called dragon techniques. To the untrained eye, they appear to be rather soft, but are actually fast, very snappy, and powerful. Gushi Sensei learned this kata from Seiyu Shinjo many years ago. It is a requirement for second dan.
型、感知。
Like the last kata, this features many snappy dragon techniques. Gushi Sensei learned this one also as a young man from Seiyu Shinjo Sensei. It is a required kata for third dan. Gushi Sensei learned this kata as a young man from Uehara Sensei. It's one of the 3 Pangai Nun kata that were brought back from China by Kanbun Uechi Sensei, and Saburo Uehara learnt it directly from him. It contains many tiger and crane techniques and is a requirement for first dan.
새삼 문가이. 에이. 들어이. 에이. 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 에이씨. 에이. 씨. 에이. 씨. 에이. 에이씨. 에이. 씨. 에이. 이씨. 야. 에이. 에이씨. 티. 에이. 에이씨. 에이. 스테이. 에이. 에이씨. 헤이. 에이씨.
A lifetime spent in the serious study of Pangai-nun karate has left Shin Yuguchi with a knowledge of the subject that is beyond the comprehension of most, wide experience, and a physique that men half his age would envy. He is a valuable resource, an example of what we all should strive for, the archetypal traditional karate master.
The Dragon Associates website features everything from fast-breaking news to a martial arts store, information on the latest videos to back issues of Dragon Times and Fighting Arts magazine. For information you can depend on from the best instructors and martial arts writers in the world, visit us on the World Wide Web at www.dragon-tsunami.org. Dragon Associates since 1968. Tsunami martial arts videos are recognized worldwide as the very finest of their kind. Tsunami's dedicated production team has captured, in their most perfect form, the classical schools of karate. In doing so, they have produced a historical resource of enormous value to this and future generations. The best instructors, the best photography and sound, the best writing and research. Tsunami, the best martial arts